2-7, solving multiplication and division equations. This kind of picks up where we left off in the last section. Last section we were doing addition and subtraction equations. So just like in the last section, I was looking for 3 lines. So this line here, what you do to both sides of the equation and your final answer. I want the same 3 steps as we go through and do these. But first, what do? You do the inverse operation. Going back to section 4 for those. Inverse operations are what undoes something to both sides of the equation. So you can't do something to one side and not do it to the other side and have it still be equal. You have to do it to both sides to make it be equal. All right, so if we look at this first one, we have x divided by 4 equals 17. We want to get x by itself. So you look at what was done to x. X was divided by 4. And you say, okay, so what's the inverse of dividing by 4? What undoes dividing by 4? And that would be multiplying by 4. So we're going to take and we're going to do a times 4, or 4 times over here on the left. We'll do a times 4 over here on the right. And those will just cancel out on the left, leaving me with an x by itself, which is what we want. Then we have 17 times 4, so that's 40 plus 28, so 68. If we were going to be good doobies, we'd check our solution. We'd put a 68 right in there, do it divided by 4, see if it equals 17, and that would work out. But I'm looking for the 3 lines. The original written out, what's done to both sides, and then final answer. In a story problem, often you get these huge story problems, and some people kind of panic. They read the whole thing. If you want to maybe start, if you want to make it easier, maybe start by looking at the last sentence. And often you can just look at the last half of the last sentence if you have like a dependent clause and an independent clause or something. But if there's this whole big blah blah. And really what we're trying to find is how much did he pay? How much did Santa pay for his last sleigh? So sometimes that can be kind of nice if you kind of start there and then go into your problem. So we're looking for the price of a sleigh. Let's look at the question. Santa, he's shopping for a new sleigh due to an increase in world population. He's willing to pay 7 times, that's the math part, as much as he did for his last sleigh. If he's willing to pay this much, how much did he pay for his last sleigh? All right, so let's take and turn this into an equation. Well, if x is going to be the amount for his last sleigh, okay, so that's going to be the amount for his last sleigh. That's what we're trying to find. And he's willing to pay 7 times as much as he did for his last sleigh. So he's willing to do 7x, or you could view it if you wanted to as 7 times x. 7 times the amount for the last sleigh is what he's willing to pay. And it says he's willing to pay $187,245. You're like, holy smokes. Well, 1, it has to be a big sleigh. There's a lot of people in the world. 2, the new carbon fiber composites. And you can't forget the Kringle 3000 that needs to be mounted underneath because people are lacking in Christmas spirit. Okay, moving on. So, sorry. All right, so we have our equation right there. 7x equals 187,245. And we are trying to get x by itself. But they multiplied x by 7. So we need to undo multiplying x by 7. So what's the inverse of multiplying by 7? That's to divide by 7. When we divide by 7, those 7s will cancel out there on the left side. We could take our trusty calculator and punch that in. It'll give us 26,749. And then a bunch of decimals. I don't know if I'd write those yet. 285,714. But since it's money, we want to round it to 2 decimal places. So we want to say, well, is it going to be in 28 cents or 29 cents? Because that next number is a 5, we're going to round up to 29. And there is how much Santa's willing to pay, or how much he paid for his last sleigh. That's it for the section. Give these a try. Let me know if you get stuck in class. Be glad to help you.